Everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu, and welcome to the NSL Summer Cup number 1. Well, it's not a specific game from the Summer Cup. It's just every team plays every other team in their division. We are in Division B, and we have the Fluffy Unicorns playing as the Marines versus nuReign.K playing as the Aliens, and we are on Descent. And right off the bat, we see the Aliens splitting up. They started over in Launch Control, Marines over in monorail, so we got cross spawns, and Marines with a 2-3 split, 3 heading north, 2 heading south into observation. Looks like we're going to get first contact down here. It's going to be tough for these skulks coming in because there's only 2 of them, and this is a nice big area for the Marines. They got a long hallway down here they can hit, so Alice Taylor and Raphael Sorrell probably going to just hang out here. Meanwhile, it looks like NoClip might want to be scouting. It's weird that the aliens split up so much. Usually you see them want to concentrate to try and take out at least one of the Marine pushes to the extractors. Clip Clop, that's not his name. NoClip is not. Clip Clop. Clip Clop going down, and that's not the... What did I hit? Clip Clop going down, and these Marines are going to have no trouble securing this, even though their ghost structure disappeared when a Skulk touched it. Meanwhile, still some cat and mouse play down here, so the Marines off to a pretty good start. As long as they've got this up, they've got their extractor up, they're getting a second one up north, and Aliens not making any sorts of pushes. They are still securing resources all across the map. They got Plaza and they got Gravity Control, but it's going to be tough for them to hold on to anything more than that. Fluffy and Ulti, no, not Fluffy, Mellow and Ulti cleaning up some skulks, and now there's going to be some trouble for the Aliens if they lose their Gorge. Don't want to lose Lunar Probe there, but oof, that was some nice shooting from Mellow right there. This is just a bad place for Aliens to be fighting. There's a lot of bad places on Descent for Aliens to be fighting and a lot of good places for them to be fighting, and it's going to be up to the nuReign to pick the good spots. They lost their Gorge, so that's going to be a bit of a setback for them, but overall, Marines off to a really good start. They're just not being pushed off anywhere on the map. They did lose whoever it was down here. Mellow eventually died, but Ulti's going to be able to clean up this res harass pretty easily, so not going to be too much trouble for them moving out. And whoa, they built another infantry portal right off the bat. Really weird for Marines to build that, and they have a proto lab that's unfinished. Not quite sure what the Marines are planning here. So the reason you don't see another infantry portal really soon is that with just 6 players on each team in an NSL match, you don't really need more than 1 infantry portal unless you're being like really killed or something. And remember, one of those players is the commander, so it's just 5 people. So unless you're getting destroyed, I don't really see why you would build another infantry portal. And now they do have the proto lab. Or sorry, arms lab, right? That's not a proto lab. They have the arms lab, and now they got armor 1 started, so that's gonna be their first research. Nothing interesting there. We got 2 spurs from the Aliens, so they're going movement upgrades first. That's gonna get them adrenaline and celerity, whichever one they want. Nice harass here on the Marine extractor, but really the Marines are doing a nice job pushing off on the map. They got fabrication up here and drone bay down here, so even when they lose observation, they're still gonna be at 3 harvesters plus 1 being built somewhere. You're at 85, you're at 100, you're at 100. Well, I'm not sure where the Marines are building their harvester. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so yeah, Marines have pretty good control of the map, but they're going to need to take out one of these alien extractors if they want to be like really on top of things. Pretty basic play so far. It's weird that we haven't seen the Aliens group up and try and hit something. This is a big map to try and hold on to, and I think it's going to be pretty tough for Aliens to try and hold every part of it as they've been trying so far. So what you want to do is you hit the Marines in one area, and then you come in and you push through, or you send a bunch of skulks to just harass various extractors every once in a while. But the important thing for that is that you send them around to sneak around rather than to get into fights with the Marines, because then when you're back here biting their extractors and stuff, what it forces the Marines to do is choose between pushing forward. Oh man, are we going to see that? Is MRC a lurk? Yeah, we're going to see MZ a lurk might go down here. Oof, MZ is down as a lurk. That's really bad news for the Aliens. That's going to cut down their combat power quite a bit, and just now biting down this extractor. So the reason you want to either choose an area to push through or spread out and bite all the Marine extractors behind their lines is that you'll force the Marines to either come back or give up most of their resource income. But in this case, the Aliens have been trying to hold most of the map and only every once in a while harassing the Marines. So Fluffy Unicorns is not having too much trouble just pushing forward wherever they want, because you know, sometimes the Aliens can hold whatever part of the map they fight over, so they managed to make a hold here and push back through. And actually, they down here. The Marines seem to have decided to head to the middle instead of hanging down around here, so the aliens did manage to make that hold. But most of the time, just holding up against the Marines is not going to be enough. They're going to start researching weapons and armor. We see armor 2 is on the way, along with shotguns on the way, so the Marines are going to start getting some pretty good tech against these aliens. The aliens, meanwhile, still just have their movement upgrades, and they're going up to biomass, so we might see them I don't know, getting bio bombs or something on their gorge, or maybe they just want the biomass for the extra health. So we have in the NSL Summer Cup, it's kind of funny, the NSL introduced a patch right before the Summer Cup started just to try and balance the game out a bit, temporary thing for the Summer Cup. They increased alien harvester cost, they increased the cost of whips, gorges cost less, and skulk hit points are down, which is the big one. Oh, and shotguns are a lot cheaper is the other big one. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Potentially the aliens have been a bit on the back foot because they're not used to their skulks being quite so weak, but from what I've seen from the game so far, it's not been a huge change to how the mechanics play out. Marines and aliens still fight pretty much as they used to before, so really those changes are designed to sort of counter the fade explosion is what lots of people call it, because you see aliens usually save up for a lot of fades and then just try and steamroll the Marine team when the fades come out. So now the alien's doing a bit better job of biting on these extractors. They got this one down a while ago, now it's being rebuilt. Oh man, one more bite on that one, but it shouldn't be too hard for them to clean up these Marines, except some good shooting from Milkenstein takes out 2 of the aliens, and so now we're left with just 2 aliens, 2 of them going down, MZ and Sorrel, cleaned up there. So now we finally have an OBS for the Marines. So it's interesting that the OBS was delayed so much. They went for a lot of research from the arms lab and for the shotguns before going for the OBS. The OBS you want to get fairly early on, I think, a big map like Descent, because that'll get you phase tech, and then you can start phasing around the base. But I guess they had better things to do. It's also weird that we've got level 2 armor before any levels of weapons. Nice shooting from Mauga there, cleaning up 1 skulk and down to his pistol, but 3v1 is a tough proposition for Marine. Alice Taylor being destroyed by Fluffy. So Marines, not pausing here to get this extractor. It looks like they're going to push up here and try and save this. It's going to be a losing proposition. This thing's already really hurt. They might be able to catch a couple of skulks, but remember, this is like really high ground up here, and a skulk comes in from behind and cleans up that. So now we just have 1 Marine here who's going to have to try and secure maybe the res up here, and also the res down, well, somewhere in there, down here. Oh, Mauga's got it. Never mind. So aliens have not pushed past their 3 extractors. That's a fairly common thing you see with aliens. Either they don't push past their sort of the 2 closest extractors plus the one in their base, or they do push, but they have a lot of trouble holding anything more than that. So the aliens can make do with a lot fewer res extractors than the Marines can usually. And so at least until you get some gorge tunnels up, which are being researched right now. So maybe that's what the biomass was for. I'm not sure if you need biomass for the gorge tunnels, but until you get some gorge tunnels up on a big map like this, it can be pretty tough to hold stuff against the Marines, because the Marines in a big blob, if they just set up in a nice hallway or something, you're going to be unable to engage into them, and they can set the terms of the engagement. Whereas what you want to set the terms for the engagement in terms of the aliens is go harass the Marines behind their lines and force them to pull back. That's how you set up the fights you want to be in as an alien, because that's when you can harass. So Ulti had no chance here on this tech point against the skull. So we have our first phase gate out from the monorail into drone base, so from the Marine base into this nice little extractor location here. This is also a tech point, so this is going to secure it against the aliens incursion, and this is a nice hallway for the Marines to shoot down. They can see any aliens coming from a long way away, so the alien's not going to move in. NoClip's getting ready here to launch an ambush. It's kind of dicey because there's that window. It looks like the Marines are heading down this way, and so again, this is a nice hallway for the aliens. NoClip just heading out. Yep, that's Raphael Sorrel. Where's the fighting? Here's the fighting. Inconclusive. They killed a cyst. They got cyst explosioned, I think. Or maybe Gorge spitted. Oh, and here we have our first fade. Alice Taylor goes fade. Needs to get out of there right quick because we got shotguns on the field, and so the Marines are probably not going to have a lot of trouble versus this fade. They got another phase gate up here, so the nice triangle, if you look on the map, they've got very good control of the map from either of these 2 top or bottom phase gate locations. They can push in on the aliens and mop out any aggression that they're seeing. The only thing they have to worry about is that the middle is completely uncontested from their point, and it's actually a fairly long walk for the Marines to get to the middle. Let's check out this fade. Alice Taylor kills Ulti, which is actually a nice pickup because fighting over here is sort of out in the open in terms of how fades go. So to get out of here while people are shooting at you is not super easy. You need to, of course, blink through one of these windows or something, or out through this way, and when there's a lot of Marines around you, that can be really dangerous. So now we have our second alien fade, Clip Clop, and nice job. Lunar Probe is up here, going to be able to heal these fades up as they push out. So the question is, are the Marines going to try and push in, or where are the fades going? Okay, and our third fade. So we did have 3 aliens saving for fades, Raphael, Sorrel, Alice Taylor, and Clip Clop, and we're going to have to see what they're going to do. So the power of the fade explosion is when they all move around in a clump and just gang up on people. Hydro Hive claimed second hive, so that's a pretty obvious choice for them. That's the only tech point that doesn't have a phase gate on it, so that's what we want. Nice scan from the Marines, going to catch both these fades here, and now they know where the third fade is too, because Ulti's fighting them off down here. So the Marines have a fairly good idea where the fades are, and they just got to figure out what they want to do from here. Now is the point where the aliens can maybe come back from what has been sort of a lackluster early game, letting the Marines get a fair amount of tech without doing too much harassment. If we check the graphs, we have 7 Marine Harvesters killed, which is not too bad, and you see that just holding these 3 extractors for the aliens is pretty much helping them get their the resources they need. So MZ goes down, but he was just a skulk, I guess. So nothing exciting there. I wonder what MZ's saving for. So MZ was the lurk, and MZ lost the lurk really early. So MZ probably waiting for the 25 res to lurk again, or he's in an egg right now, evolving something. Just an upgrade for his skulk. So again, the fades nailing this extractor. So good job harassing from the aliens. They're gonna need to get something more done, I think, with their fades than just harassing these resource extractors. Again, nice job from Lunar Probe being here to heal people up, but the longer the fades wait around, the more Marine tech's going to get out there. We finally have weapons 1 from the Marines. These are going to make these shotguns much more powerful against these fades, and once you get some good shotguns with some good hits on some fades, then it starts looking really bad for the aliens. They just have to be really touch and go with the fades. Here we go, fade explosion coming in, and it's going to grind on the phase gate. Fluffy's going to try and come in and save it. He's going to scare off the aliens, or are they going to fight? It's tough. Flipping around, Clip Clop getting sort of caught on the corner. Raphael has to pull out. Sorrel getting really low. So that was not good for the aliens. What they wanted to do was clean up the 1 Marine and then destroy the phase gate. But what happened was they were in fighting the phase gate because they didn't notice the Marine who was up here. The Marine came in and spooked them. He started shooting, and once you hear 1 Marine shooting, who knows how many Marines are going to be there. There's this observatory here too, so that's really tough for the aliens. The Marines can see them coming. So one of the best things about fighting as an alien is that you can often have the surprise attack, because you can just come in so quickly as a fade. You notice Alice Taylor and Clip Clop are crouching here, moving very silently, so the Marines don't know they're there, except I think the Marines did know they're there. We have a nice enzyme from the Drifter here, is going to get them increased attack rate and takes out 1 Marine. Takes out 2 Marines. Nice bio-bombing from Lunar Probe here. Fluffy's coming from behind. Busy fighting Alice Taylor. Alice Taylor does not want to go down. 1 good shotgun hit would take down Alice Taylor. Luckily, Lunar Probe and the Drifter are able to distract Fluffy, and Alice Taylor gets out of there. And Clip Clop is down up in the north. This is a dangerous place for fades to be unless you can blink over this thing. You end up having to take a fairly circuitous route, and the Marines are going to be there to stop you because they get a phase gate up here. So that's an alien down, a fade down for the aliens. Really bad. Lunar Probe is doing his best to support the fades in this fight, and they got a Marine, but at the cost of a gorge. Yes, at the cost of a gorge. So aliens really just on the back foot in this game. The only bright spot is having this hive established. So this is a nice place for a hive. Like I said, it's a long walk for the Marines to get to the center. And if the Marines, I'm sure they must know about the hive by now. I'm sure they've scanned it or something. Malga putting up a good fight and might even be saved by Fluffy coming in. No. Oh, also that's MZ's a skulk, so it doesn't matter that he's low health. So we have an advanced armory started. This is going to get... what are they going to get from there? GLs or flamethrowers or something? Probably not going to see a flamethrower. Flamethrower would be nice to clean up Umbra from a lurk, but we don't have a lurk and we don't have Umbra. Marines still at 5 extractors. Aliens at 4 extractors. My goodness, when did that happen? They got an extract... Oh, right. This is their next extractor. So actually things looking a lot better for the aliens now that they have this second hive. I was going to say the Marines have been pretty much winning the entire game just because the aliens haven't been able to get any good pushes going. But really, I guess the aliens are in it for the slow game. That's neat. Fate Harass, very dangerous. Raphael getting out with just a sliver of health, so these aliens are being, or Raphael, I would say, is being pretty risky with the fades. But now they have 3 shells, so that's going to get them carapace, and that's going to give the fades quite a bit of resiliency. Or we'll see regen on them, but that's kind of unlikely because it seems like we got a Gorge following them around. We have a Gorge egg ready, prepped by the commander. Maybe Orion going to hop out into that at some point, or maybe just once the Gorge dies, there'll be another one ready. Lunar Probe bio-bombing down the power in here just to make it a little more amenable to the aliens. MZ still doing the MZ thing. I'm curious what MZ is saving up for. Maybe MZ's saving up for fades, so we're going to see 4 fades from the aliens. Would have lurked already if he was saving for a lurk. Let's go into the darkness. Look at this. That thing is still lit up because it's water. And now the nice emergency lighting. Excellent. And up north, we have a fight going on. What do we got? Oh man, this is really bad for the aliens. Clip Clop and Lunar Probe are dead. Raphael, if he gets out of there, that's gonna be, oh no, Raphael goes down. So now we're down to 1 fade. 1 fade for the alien team. This is what weapons 2 and going up to weapons 3 plus shotguns will get you. And I think that was just a brief respite when I said the aliens were maybe doing okay from establishing this hive in the middle. I have a feeling the Marines are not going to have much trouble pushing on to wherever they want to push on. All they have to do is make a decision. Both teams seem pretty tentative in this game. Neither has made any big rushes on the opposing side. They both seem to just be happy to spread out slowly. These Marines just waiting here. They know the aliens are coming and they're just going to ambush them. We're up to 2 fades now, and might even clean up these Marines if his friends don't fade. But the friends are coming in. They're going to pop out of this phase gate any second now. No, they aren't. They have to phase back to base first, right? But yeah, so aliens just aren't able to make any assaults happening, and Marines aren't willing to make any assaults happening. Marines, it's a little more sensible. They can just wait until they got GLs upgraded, weapons level 3, armor level 2, maybe go up to armor 3 before they try anything. They've got a fair amount of resources. The aliens haven't been able to harass them really well. It's just a really static game that we've got. Nothing wrong with that. The club is all crapped up with gunk, so it looks like a bunch of people got drunk and threw up in the club, so I'm sure it's got some sort of automated cleaning system that'll get rid of this infestation once the fight is over. Nice harass from here. This thing isn't even built. That's a mistake. And finally, we have a protolab up. Hey, look at this phase gate placement. It's nice. Once you spawn, you just walk directly into it. I like it. Although, sometimes what you want is you want your phase gate. You want important things like the observatory, the phase gate, and the IPs, and maybe the arms lab separate from each other, far away, so like whatever, in different parts, so that aliens have to choose one to bite and concentrate themselves around that if they want to hit it. Enzyme going in here. They might be able to take this phase gate down. Some nice biobomb from Lunar Probe. Raphael is just the riskiest fade. He's not a fade, he's a skull. It's very risky. Clip Clop is a risky fade, and MZ is a risky fade, so what they need to do is get this phase gate down before the Marines are able to reestablish it. They're just constantly spawning and phasing in, and I think the Gorge is not going to be able to biobomb. They have a Crag set up here, so it's healing, and we have Enzyme going in, so nice job from the commander giving these aliens the increased attack speed. The increased attack speed is really nice for the Gorge to get some biobombs in fast, but now Lunar Probe is down. Like I said, there's this Gorge egg up here. Oh, he already took it, so I guess he died and took it, and something else. But this is the big alien assault of the match so far. They're trying to clear out the southern tech point, and it's just not happening. So Crag is a little far away. They have to retreat a fair amount to heal. If the Crag were right here or something, they'd have an easier time, or actually right here if we want it to be around the corner so they can't shoot it from down here. But obviously it's tough getting that close, and looks like the alien commander is echoing away the Crag. The Crag has disappeared here, and it's gone. It's gone somewhere. There's a Crag somewhere. Take my word for it. Echo is of course the shift ability that lets you move alien buildings around, which is pretty sweet. The aliens just lost an extractor up here. So that was probably used either to save the Crag, also the shift echoed away, either to save all these buildings down here because they were going to die, or to reposition them, or probably for both, because the aliens were like, look, we're going to get pushed off here, so let's just save the shift, and there's the Crag. I found it. It's in the alien base, and now the aliens are hitting the Marine team. Force a beacon. The aliens are going to have to get out of there. Oh man, MZ down really low health. Lunar Probe is dead. The poor Gorge gets killed in all these fights. You sad little Gorgie, you. But, both of these teams do something. So forcing a beacon was good. Looks like the aliens have sort of gotten a hold of themselves, and they're like, look, we understand we need to start pushing if we're going to win this thing. We've got about as many fades as we're ever going to have. Actually, we are down a bit. Maybe Lunar Probe and Raphael are saving up for them. But they'd still have 3 fades. And, oh, Alice Taylor gonna get caught here. Oh, blink away, blink away. Still got a little bit of engine. Oof, stuck on the thing, and Alice Taylor is dead. So Aliens just not able to make their fades work this match. Sometimes it's because they haven't grouped up enough. Sometimes it's because they haven't been cautious enough. And other times it's just because the Marines are shooting pretty good. And Milkenstein are Fluffy killing a Harvester. I guess they had a Harvester here. Oh, that's a bold alien Harvester. We look at the resource graph. The aliens have stayed pretty constant with the Marines. They've killed 10 resource extractors versus the 3 the Marines killed, which is pretty par for the course for most natural selection games. We have Leap started on the Skulks, which is pretty interesting. No fade upgrades or anything. They're just unable to keep their fades alive. I guess no one wants Vortex anyway, so not worth it. But man, neither of these teams are pushing it. And so finally, by the way, we have jetpacks. This was a while ago. And maybe that's what the Marines need to make it work. What is going on with Ulti in this room? He's being nano-shielded, so it's a little tough for the aliens to kill him. Plus he's flying, which makes him hard to kill. He's like, oh my god, oh god, oh god, save me, ah! That was a nice last stand for Ulti right there. And now we've got the same thing happening with a bunch of aliens this time. Raphael Soro going down, so that was a poor Gorgie. And that's the end of the fight. So this is like the most textbook standard natural selection game you've ever seen. Like nothing, well, it's weird because there's nothing weird going on, right? Like it's just Marines set up a phase gate in 2 of the tech points plus their home tech point. Aliens set up the 2 hives and the 2 unclaimed tech points, and then they just sort of like shoot at each other for the next 20 minutes. Aliens finally doing some res harass. What the aliens need to do is take out one of these bases. They had an aborted attempt down here, but the Marines held that off quite well. This is just a really hard base for the aliens to assault because everything has to go through this one narrow corridor that the Marines can hit from all the way down here. And then once you get into the base, the Marines have this huge sort of concave that they can shoot in on you from any direction. And then once you're in the phase gate, they can shoot all the way from down here to start nailing you. So I just drew like 800 things on the screen, and hopefully that made it clear. Man, aliens getting caught. Oh, MZ goes down. That fate is down. There's just one alien left alive aside from the commander, and that's Clip Clop fading around down here in the hive. Marines might push into this hive. This might be the turning point on this game. We might even see some egg lock here. The hydroanalysis hive has 1 egg left, and so the aliens are going to spawn there. They're flying around in jetpacks. It's going to be easier to see what's going on if I do this. No, but it's more exciting. And Ulti and Mello cleaning up Alice Taylor and MZ. Only a few aliens left. Raphael Soro going down. Almost no aliens left in this hive. And now the Marines are just going to be able to shoot whatever they want. First target's going to be the Crag, because the Crag is going to heal up everything else. There is a shade in here, so it's making everything cloaked, so the Marines can't see anything. But the commander drops a scan. Now they can see anything. There's these skulks flying around. They've got jetpacks. I haven't killed any of the skulks yet. They're just hopping around. Everything's crazy. The Marines are maybe pulling out. MZ goes down. Nope, the Marines are sticking around forever. This is pandemonium. And it's a fade. A fade is out. And now we're beaconing. Let's find out why that happened. Looks like there was nothing. It's just the Marines were not winning the fight. It was just they were just gonna fly around forever, eventually run out of ammo and health. The commander can't really med pack you when you're flying around with a jetpack. If they have really good aim, maybe they can make it happen. But at some point you're just gonna run out of jetpack fuel, and that's when it's gonna end. It's not the ammo that's gonna kill you or running out of health that's gonna kill you, although technically running out of health is going to kill you because that's what causes you to die. But no, it's the running out of jetpack fuel that is very dangerous for the Marines, because then you have to touch down on the ground. You're much less mobile, and that's when the aliens move in and hit you. So Marines weren't able to take this. They started building their second tech point or something. We have Exos research, so maybe they'll be buying an exosuit at some point. I guess what they want is Exos or Arcs to move in on this thing. Arcs are kind of annoying on a big map like this. It's not a horrific Arc train from here to there, which is what, whoops, that didn't work, which is what you need to do to drop it, but probably exosuits are maybe the better choice on this map. The only thing they have to worry about exosuits is that on a large map like this, it's just really easy for the aliens to hit your base, and then you beacon back and your exosuits are alone. So the nice thing about Arcs is that they don't instantly die if they're left alone, because you can just drive them back to safety. So Fluffy pushes in here, loses his jetpack, but that's okay. The Marines, look at their personal resources. 40, 75, 55, 55, 72. They can buy whatever they want. They're saving up. Dual minigun exo started, so we're going to see at least a Marine or two in dual exos. I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 Marines in dual minigun exosuits flying around. I suppose they don't fly. They actually do have little tiny jetpacks on the exosuits, which is a miracle of modern engineering, if you ask me. But finally, extractor down. So aliens have just been sitting pretty for a while, and it's been their game to lose the entire time. All their life forms going down has really been hurting them. They're just not good enough at fading, and MZ at the beginning not good enough at lurking to really pull off what ought to have been a victory for them, I think, just because even though the Marines did get the nice little triangle established of the sort of north tech point, south tech point, and their spawn, what you need to do is really be pushing in on the aliens, because otherwise they have just too easy of a time harassing you and taking out your extractors and stuff, and then teching up and getting stuff, because 4 extractors is really what the aliens need to be comfortable with stuff, as long as they can keep their life forms alive. And you see Alice Taylor and Clip Clop both with 41 and 46 res, so they can pretty much just fade again if they die. And had they managed to make their fades do anything the entire match, this would be looking a lot different. We have Armor 3 started, and do we have any Marines and Exos? No, they're all just flying around with shotguns and jetpacks. Marines, really, I gotta say, in terms of strategy, both teams just need to sort of work on their initiation, work on their sort of bold moves. Here we go. Marines got something going on. They sent a Ninja Mac in here to build the power. What are they going to build with their Mac? So he's going to be a Ninja Phase Gate. Alice Taylor's going to see this, though. It doesn't care. Alice might be a she, actually. She doesn't care. So, yeah, we're going to have a Ninja Phase Gate. So this might be the turning point. Hey, look, it's a Mac. Or not a Mac, it's a whip. I'm an idiot. This might really be the turning point. We have 4 Marines heading in. We have a whip here at maturity, so it's got to start throwing some people throwing some things at some people. The aliens actually uproot the whip. I'm not sure what that was for. You want to keep this rooted so that it's hitting over there. Hitting the hive really bad. It's down to 40%, 36%. Do we have a gorge? Healing it? No. Alice Taylor and MZ are both in here. Fade takes out Fluffy, but that's it. Hive is down, and instant recall. Crag Hive leap lost. Not a huge deal for the aliens. They can just drop this thing again because they have 75. Team res, so I would not be surprised to see the aliens drop that. We have the Ninja Phase Gate up. Alice Taylor's died. My goodness. Where did you die? In the hive? Ugh. So this is, yeah, they do just drop the hive again, but this is suddenly looking bad. We have some Ninja Macs over here, just one Ninja Mac. That might drop a Phase Gate. If you look at this weird Phase Gate thing, crossy thing going on. In any case, we have Marines phasing through, and they have their turret factory set up, robotics factory set up. My mistake. And is it upgrading? We can't tell. We can't click on it. But that's probably going to be arcs. Or at the very least, it's going to be a sentry battery, and then they're going to protect. Actually, I would not mind seeing a sentry battery right here and some sentries to protect the phase gate, because that would really take a load off the Marines. We got a probe. What's his name? The lunar probe coming in, harassing some stuff. Where's the EXO? Where's the EXO? Mellow Fluffy's the EXO. I will find you. There's a shell being lost. Oh, are you in the hive? No. What is going on? God damn. Okay, so we have, no, Fluffy is not the name. Fluffy is the name of the clan. So we have a scan going down here, which is interesting because we don't have any arcs yet. Is just to clear things up. They're trying to get a shotgun rush on this hive. This is not going to work because they only have 3 people here. There's the EXO. God. So Mellow is the EXO. And, this is going to be a shotgun rush. The aliens are now really on the back foot. They're getting some good damage in on here. Gorge bio-bombing. Like I said, turrets are worth it. Just to delay the aliens. The Gorge is easily the best against sentry turrets and sentry batteries, but even then it takes a few seconds for them to bio-bomb it down. We have Mellow on his own. Dual minigun EXO in this hive, getting it down to 50%. We have a Gorge here bio-bombing, so that's going to be really bad for the EXO if these bio-bombs start hitting. They're actually impacting on nothing. Meanwhile, Marines still pushing in on the second hive, which is at 100, so that's fine. But, Mellow getting attacked by a fade, so now Clip Clop is probably going to get some damage in. Okay, 4 aliens down here. Mellow is just a distraction at this point. Or I don't know if he's going to take the hive down. Oh my god, oh no, it's a 5%, 7%. It got down to like 2%. Oh man, imagine if that hive had died, and then the Marines could just easily like kill this hive with a, oh man, with a quick arc bombardment. That would have been amazing. Mellow was almost the MVP. Clip Clop dying. Down here, Melkenstein, Fluffy comes in and kills Clip Clop, right? And, trying to kill this hive, but excellent healing here from MZ, the Gorge, keeping the Hive alive, and that is pretty much almost the difference between winning and losing, I think, at this point for the aliens. If they can keep that Hive alive and push off both of the Marine attacks, man, Lunar Probe going down, and that's... Where are these Fades dying? I don't know, it looks like the end for this Hive, and Raphael Sorrow going down, so that's 2 Fades down in a few seconds. Aliens probably fucked. We got aliens running through this Gorge tunnel to try and protect their Hive here, but we have the arcs set up and firing. It's just 1 so far, just 1, but we're probably going to see some more arcs. We have Marines constantly streaming in through the phase gates. We have Milkenstein going off on this, trying to do the same thing Mello did before, a hero exosuit on his own in the Hive, and aliens are just, there's no way they're going to be able to hold off a second attack, or a double-pronged attack a second time, and Suicide Exo goes in, kills the Hive, kills one of the aliens, distracts the other 2 and explodes, but now it's back to this Hive over in launch control, and it's down to 42%, and Marines are just nailing it with shotguns. So I think this is going to be GG for Fluffy Unicorns, taking round 1 on NSL Descent. We have 3 more games coming up, and I'm really excited to see how Fluffy Unicorns plays on the aliens. I think both teams are fairly evenly matched. It's just a question of whether the loss of the life forms was bad luck on the part of the aliens or just bad play on the part of the aliens. So join me in the next match, and we'll see whether the Unicorns can make their aliens work out better than our Koreans could, because the other team's Korean. See ya!